All right, ladies and gentlemen. So try and put yourself in the shoes of Samuel Cassidy. You're being harassed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Not only are you being harassed 24 hours, 7 days a week, but you're being harassed 24 hours, 7 days a week with psychological warfare. And when I say 24 hours, 7 days a week, it's not exaggeration. It's around the clock. You're being harassed by Neighborhood Watch, other watch groups. You're being harassed by homeless people that they pay. Um, you're being harassed by the police, EMTs, and fire trucks and shit like that. You know, they're trying to trigger you. Um, so not only are you dealing with this psychological warfare, when you try and report your harassers, when you try and report to the police what you're going through, since they are the ones that conduct this program, you're immediately detoured from making the police report by them telling you that you'll have to take a psychological evaluation. Now, being a targeted individual in this predictive policing, you know what I call it. There's plenty of different names for it. It's gang stalking, predictive policing, community on patrol, community on watch. There's a bunch of different names, but it all falls into the same program. So, okay, since the police conduct this program, when you try and make a police report, you're detoured with the psychological evaluation, which means most likely this is how the interaction by the police will come with you. They'll say, okay, do you know these people? You tell them no. They ask you, why would these people do this to you? You tell them you don't know. Then they automatically go to, do you feel like hurting yourself? Do you feel like hurting anyone else? Okay, well, we'll take your police report. But if we take the police report, you're going to have to take a psychological evaluation first. Now, I only know this because I've been going through it for 11 years. I quit calling the police. I document all my evidence. That way, I don't have to deal with them telling me I'm delusional or that, I'm not going to give them the leeway to play those type of head games with me and try and make me seem crazy and try and make me trip over my words and shit with their psychological fucking warfare tactics of question asking, because they have little tactics that make you trip over your words. It's a little psychological thing that they've been taught. So, being that, I've got phone calls recorded to where I've tried calling these fucking police and letting them know what's going on. They sit there and laugh at me over the phone, tell me somebody following you with one headlight isn't illegal. You tell them there's more than one person. They start placating you. I've got the phone calls recorded. Well, not all of them, just a couple of them. I was lucky enough to be able to get a couple of them. But, yeah. So, you try and make these police reports and you're totally detoured because you don't want to take no psychological evaluation. especially since the police are the ones telling you that you'll have to take it, and you know that they're the ones conducting this program. It's not a good idea for you to take it, because they can, use that against you. All they have to do, they have people in place to where, when you take their psychological evaluation, they'll write you down as fucking having delusions and shit. So anything you try and report and make aware to the public or to the police about this program, you'll be, they'll completely fucking, out you as some fucking mental patient. So being that Samuel Cassidy had to go through that, my question to the general public is, what would you do? What would you do if your back was against the wall and you've been going through this fucking psychological warfare for the Lord knows how long? Around the clock, 24/7, literally. Work, home, being broken into, hacking into your phone, um, telling your neighbor, the police telling your neighbors your personal business so they can use it against you and fucking, do directed conversation by talking to each other, but talking about your business in front of you and shit. All types of fucking tactics to make you seem or feel like you're crazy or you're going nuts, or to know that you're not, and you try and explain it to people and they fucking think you're going nuts. All psychological warfare shit. And it's documented. There's documents on this program. There's documents out there on this program. Um, Certified documents. So, again, my question to the general public is, what would you do if you were Sam Cassidy? What would you do if you were Sam Cassidy? And I want everybody to pay attention on the news, what they said. They specifically said he let some people go. He knew exactly who he was going for. Of course. Because any person in their right mind isn't going to kill someone who isn't fucking been harassing them and playing a part in this domestic terrorism and psychological warfare. And Lord knows what triggers they used on him. They like to use fucking aggression frequencies and fucking one headlights to trigger me off. And you guys will see plenty of that shit in my videos and shit. Or if you haven't already. And they get away with it. They get away with it. And this is your police department and your neighborhood watch. And your fucking, these people make billions off the city. Out the city. The fucking transportation, Valley Transportation Authority. Like, they literally, like, that's the fucking, that's like the fucking oil pump for this fucking city. So these are big, saying that to say these are big fucking corporations. Even Neighborhood Watch, you hear about everything about them on the news, fucking killing people and just getting away with it. Fucking hunting people down and fucking just killing them for running and jogging through the neighborhood because they can and shit. They feel like they can. Like, this is the type of mentalities that we deal with as targeted individuals going through this predictive policing. These are the mentalities we deal with. People that think they're above the law. Neighborhood Watch. Because the Neighborhood Watch has a tendency of thinking that they're above the law and they can put their hands on people or they can shoot people and just fucking get away with it. And in most cases they do. They go to jail for a couple weeks and then they get out. Even the dude that killed fucking the Trayvon Martin fucking gets out, fucking signs Skittle bags, fucking goes back home, beats up on his wife, and fucking goes to jail and gets right back the fuck out. Like, these are the people that can fucking go to jail and get fucking let back out on bullshit. On shit that's, the normal person would get locked up for a long time. Because their neighborhood watch, It's like fucking, you do something to one of them, that's like shooting a fucking police dog. They're like the police pets of society and shit. I could see if they were doing it for the right reasons, but they're just a fucking cult, man. They're just a fucking cult. So, again, put yourself in Samuel Cassidy's shoes. Think about the Bible, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Think about your Constitution. Protect yourself against all enemies, all terrorists, foreign and domestic. It's legal to protect yourself. I mean, according to the Constitution, if our country's still fucking, you know, they're slowly but surely fucking stripping us from the Constitution and shit. But for whatever's still left on the Constitution, if they still fucking abide and follow by that shit, then for me, myself, going through this fucking program for 11 years, I say good for Samuel Cassidy. It's sad that he had to take himself out. It's sad. It's sad that 8 people had to die. That's the sad thing. And the most sad thing about that is that the police put them on the front line. Like the police, the 8 people that died, the police department literally fucking put those 8 people on the front line. And that just goes without saying. You got these people harassing people with psychological warfare. What the fuck do you expect to happen? My question to the general public is like, what would the fuck you do? What would the fuck you do if you've been harassed for Lord knows how long with years and years of psychological harassment? Around the clock psychological harassment, home being broken into, vehicular vandalism, you fucking name it. For anybody who wants to, there's plenty of other cases. I'm sure, I would ask, I'm sure, like, if anybody wants to know other cases that relate to this program that have fucking victimized people have been victimized, whether it's been people on the perp side of getting killed, people on the targeted side getting killed, just regular people on the unknowing public being killed in this program. There are plenty of people on this channel that can just ask about other fucking situations that have fucking been a part of this program, and you'll see what I'm saying. What would you do, ladies and gentlemen? What the